Welcome to Modern Hackers. Please subscribe and do not forget to like the video if you have enjoyed. Hello folks, welcome to the today episode. This will be the first part of Alpha model SF90 Stradale Ferrari build with custom wheels, MG CT 290 type wheels. This will be a brand new STL available wheel. So let's see how it's made. So first of all, we based on a standard Alpha model kit. The wheels downloaded from Pixelsun, who made these wheels available for this custom project. You will be able to see soon this download link in the video description. So the wheel consists of the barrels, the front face, and also the caps spacer. You can download by each separate part and assemble after you printed. You need to make sure you support properly, you use the proper resin, the proper printer settings. You can find in the video description an orientation tutorial, how to orientate the 3D print for your printer. Other option that you assemble all parts and you print like one big part. If you have a very precise printer, I'm not recommending this, but if you have a standard resin, standard printer, you can also do like this. But if you have a special resin, industrial resin, then it will fall apart. So you need to be careful what you are doing. I tried both ways. It came out pretty well also, the assembled one. I used Anycubic standard resin with Anycubic Photon Mono M5 printer. The layer height was 20 micron, aligned to this printer, but for your printer and your settings you need to check the orientation guide. Each printer has the best settings where the best precision can come out from the printer for the dimensions. You need to be careful with these small front face open spaces. You need to clean, wash after cure it. I used Anycubic Wash Max. I have sanded down a bit the dust, the big particles, but the body was overall in okay, good condition. When I felt some dirt or some extra resin or some extra glue for some reason, I just removed. I opened the holes for the mirrors. You need to do this before the priming and painting. This stage is forgiving to do this whole openings, whole cleaning. Also you can clean these small holes at the back of the car. You can see these small holes. I'm recommending also to clean them. After that I clean the panel lines, opened a little bit, tighten the panel lines to have better look and feel. I used the special custom-made panel line tightening tool for this purpose, which worked pretty well for the first time. It's a prototype tool that you see on the previous snippet. The smaller tool is a standard one that you can order for any web shop. You need to decide when you need to have thick or thin panel lines. I use 3 different tools for that. Also the bumpers were not crossed the lines. The door openers. The gas tank, as usual, you have to clean a bit. This is forgiving after the priming and painting later. Don't forget to do. The only thing you have to be careful that you cannot do this gas tank opening the regular tool just with this small dotted head I'm recommending. I have cleaned the 3D prints, the barrels. I used instant glue for the 3D parts and also the resin, so that's the best gluing the resin and either the 3D printed or molded resins. I'm using white resin for 3D prints because it's more aligned with the priming and primer tools, the primer materials. I use gray primer, and gray primer is visible over the top of the white, but you can use any different primers. Just white resin with white primer, not good, so you should better to use a different primer than the resin or the base model you're using. That's my recommendation. After the print's ready, you need to make a fitting check. I used Vallejo liquid mask just to fit together the parts. It's temporary putting together. After you can easily remove this before the painting. The first fitting was almost okay. I had to adjust from the weight and sand a bit later. Finally I used the rear tires for front tires, and I just sand it down a little bit from the wideness of the wheel. It gives more standard look and feel between the rear and the front one. For this alpha model kits, the front wheels not as wide as the rear wheels, like the real cars. Some additional fitting checks, some width checks. Looks okay. These custom wheels with a very, very nice look and feel for the car as an extension. I'm really looking forward how it will look after painting. But before the painting, you have to clean the surface. So I used IPA alcohol. I put the alpha model resin molded parts into IPA alcohol to clean a bit, remove the oil grease to have a clean surface. I just put for just few minutes bath. After the primer and paint will stick better to the surface. I have used industrial putty filler. It's a 2-component putty filler, but you can use any hobby model one as well. This one curing faster and you can sand it more smoother. After sanding, as usual, for every filler's putty. And the priming has started with Mr. Hobby Mr. Surfacer 1000 Surfacer, the grey one. This is the best for resin molded, resin printed kits. I used minimum 2 coats per surface areas. You need to carefully monitor how it's picking up the paint, what's your temperature at the area, the airflow. If it's curing too fast, you need to add more thinner. I used Mr. with Mr. Color leveling thinner to give the best leveled surface. These surfacers helping to quickly figure out the surface has. Are there any scratches, issues, dents still in the surface? Then you will have to fix. Before the final priming, this is the stage where you can still fix some major problems if you spot. Whatever issues you find on this gray surfacer, that all will be visible after the painting. That's just keep in mind. So it's up to you how precise quality you go. if you surface closed areas, you need to be careful. It's drying faster, you need to put more leveling thinner. Otherwise just became dusty. But you should not over thin. The wheels priming, you should not overspray, otherwise it's losing the details, the wheel hubs, the wheel caps. I usually painting both sides per each wheel. Priming also the interiors, the back of the seat. The mirrors. After surfacing, you have to sand any paint related issues or dents or scratches or dust in it, because if you put smoother primer, all will be visible. Continue priming the base parts of the interiors and engine, exhaust, pipes, engine parts, the interiors of the car further, small parts, the diffuser, some engine edge cover, the rear side of the car. The brake calipers, pretty visible elements with a nice custom wheel, so you should also prime it. The last round of the priming, I leveled up for 1500 primer, so not surface, this is primer, more smooth. This is also Mr. Robert Mr. color. It has a little bit different color, more grayish and smoother. This is the last step, finding any issues or imperfections. Should not. Also impressive results with the priming, also with the custom wheels in it. Thank you for following. You will be able to see on this channel how this built further in the next episodes. Thank you for watching Modern Hackers. Please do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you have enjoyed.